I hope you're well. I was exactly the same before I started. I was terrified of the thought of walking someone else's dog, and if they'd maybe had a fight with another dog, or hit someone in the public, or even myself. However, the biggest thing for me is long lines and starting solo. So obviously, when I first started my business, I didn't have a vehicle, so I would walk to all my clients. So the majority of them did have to be solo, purely based on the fact that I couldn't get to one client, walk them to the other, and get them back. It was just too much hassle. So I was pretty fortunate that I got a good judge of my dogs before starting to group them up. However, now that I'm driving and I'm doing group walks properly, when I do take on new dogs, again, it's just a case of a long line. I'm very fortunate that I've got crates in the back that you can see here. So I find that when the dogs jump in, they can get the initial sniff out first, rather than me having to pop them on the lead and panic again about them fighting. So if anything goes wrong in the crate, then they go straight back home. So for example, I have a Labrador I walk called Dougie, and he's based in Scotland, but when his owner visits family, he comes to me. Well, he goes on a group walk with his walker in Scotland, and he does really well. So I've been introducing him to some of the others this week. Well, I popped him in the crate, and in the first 2 minutes, he was growling at one of the dogs. He had his hackles up, and I didn't take the risk. I took him back. His owner was completely understandable, and we're going to try him with just the females today. But, yeah, having a good vehicle and long lines is a godsend. However, if you can't do that, then always ask owners, are they happy to join you, or maybe family and friends if you can get some help, or even possibly if you've got a car and you can separate one on the back seat and the boot. I like to maybe park up somewhere nice and quiet, allow one dog out, then the other, allow them to see each other, sniff each other, see how they react, and it's all about judging how you think they're going to go. And again, this goes back to knowing dog body language and how they communicate with each other. So I have had a bad experience. I've had a few actually, but I think the worst one was when I was walking two of my reactive clients. They're two siblings, and they get walked solo together. And I took them to a secure football field. Well, so I thought. They were both on the long line. However, Brody, the one that is aggressive, had got under the fence into the horses field and did try to attack them. So that was extremely scary, and I'm very lucky that the owners were very understanding and that I was able to jump the fence and get him back. But yes, long lines, and just ask the owners, ask all the questions.